$76 billion deal. There's an old saying about the Bible. Treat others as you want to be treated. Everything else in it is just commentary. And there's a saying in sports. Just get the contract. Everything else is noise. Adam Silver, the owners and the players, 11 years, $76 billion. But there's a lot of critics about the NBA, and Channing Frye, never afraid to have a strong opinion, says this is what's killing the league.
Nostalgia is killing the NBA. The 90s basketball, Michael Jordan and Kobe, was not as clean as y'all think it was. Every great player, whether that's Ant, Wemby, Bron, Steph, this, that, they compare them to a month 40 years ago. The rules weren't even the same. Nobody celebrates these new people. So why the would anybody want to be the face of this league where you're going to get on every network for not being somebody from 40 years ago? Bron is one of the greatest players ever to play. Stephen Curry is one of the greatest players ever to play. Giannis is one of the great. Jokic. And you know what we do? We talk about Michael Jordan. All this superstar era is over.
Well, yes, this is true. And TV ratings are down. But I saw this morning that basketball this past year had 18 billion views across social media, far and away the most. People are watching it differently. The NBA isn't hockey. I talked about it yesterday, the first time in 2 years. You know what I'm not talking about on today's show? Hockey. We talk basketball. Every show, like mine, talks basketball. We played it. If we don't like pro basketball, we used to. If we don't like it now, we still like March Madness. We all shot a ball. Few of us shot a puck. The NBA is part gossip, infighting, drama, rumors. It's like those magazines at the cashier at every grocery store. The NBA is the Kardashians plus People magazine plus Us Weekly. Yes, they need to do some tweaking. Like baseball, they're slow to it. They need to shorten the playoff series from 7 games in a first rounder to 3, 5. Make the games more urgent. 82 games feels long. How about 68? How about fine players 7 figures? Suspend them for 2 and 3 week periods without pay for load management, which is just egregiously, outrageously nauseating. NFL players play hurt every Sunday in blizzards. You have an ice cream headache and you have to sit out? Give me a break. It's gross. But the good news is the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Lakers, the 3 biggest brands, are now all good, and they're all ascending. The number 1 player in this next draft is Cooper Flagg from Duke. By the way, this next draft is a domestic draft. Lots of kids from Duke and Carolina. So, yes, I think there's too many three-point shots. I think they should cap it at maybe 15 or 18 per team. Then, no matter where you shoot it, it's worth 2 points. Yes, I think they should shorten either the season or playoffs. But we talk basketball. They just signed an 11-year, $76 billion deal. If I sell my house and I get the bag on it, and it goes down when you own it, that's a you problem. I got it. It was nice when I lived in it. They got the bag. They got the contract. Adam Silver's happy. The players are happy. The owners are happy. Do I think NBC overpaid for it? I do. Do I think Amazon overpaid for it? I do. But in the end, this is a sport that we watched it in high school. One of the best sports movies, arguably, is Hoosiers. We still watch March Madness. Women's basketball has Caitlin Clark, and it's growing. The NBA is well-financed, and love it or hate it, like the Kardashians, it's relevant. We talk about it all the time. And yesterday was the first time in 2 years this show and many others talks hockey. What you want to be in sports, because everybody knows the NFL is the sun. Everything gets its heat from the NFL. Everything rotates around it. Get the NFL out of here. And in England and the UK, get the English Premier League out. Everything is second place. So starting in second place, college football, I love it. Baseball on a heater. NBA, at least socially and culturally, very relevant. Yes, we talk too much about Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player probably ever. Michael Jordan was the coolest. He was the best dressed. He was the best looking. He was the most relentless. He went 6 for 6 in the finals. It's okay. But this idea that we don't talk about Steph, yeah, we do all the time. I've done 500 segments on Steph. Well, we don't reward Jokic. He should have won 3 straight MVPs. He's just kind of a boring player. So was Kareem in his prime. Sometimes bigs don't want to talk. Shaq's an outlier. The league's fine. Ratings are down. It needs to be tweaked. But when Michael Jordan left, the ratings went down 50%. And it wasn't about politics. It was about they missed Michael. Take the NFL out and look at how cyclical sports is. Boxing's dead. Horse racing's less relevant. Radio is not the water cooler topic it used to be. Soccer is bigger. World Cup ratings are huge. Networks, Netflix, Fox, everybody's fighting to get the World Cup. What they're not fighting for is baseball. So everything changes. It's highly cyclical. The English Premier League and the NFL, those are different discussions, and everybody's chasing those. But tennis, men's tennis, will never be as big as it was for the last 20 years. And golf will never have another Tiger Woods. That would scare me. The NBA, ratings are down on TV. Most of it on cable TV. Everything outside of talking Trump is down on cable TV, isn't it? It'll survive. J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
That was good stuff from you. Fired up today on a Tuesday. I like it, Cowherd. Let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Colin, their defense was spectacular in the Super Bowl win over the Chiefs, the beatdown of the Kansas City Chiefs, that is. However, Philly did give up 22 points in the second half, and this is kind of bizarre, but according to Jalix Hunt, a edge rusher / linebacker, he says the defensive coordinator Vic Fangio called a team meeting the day before the Super Bowl parade. Okay, before the parade, to talk about how unacceptable the team's defense was after halftime against Patrick Mahomes. Hunt added that Fangio expects perfection, and our staff has some stats in the second half. Patrick Mahomes did kind of sort of cook. It was down 34-0. They posted a bunch of points and yards, but I don't get this at all from Fangio. What's he doing?
I think this is just one of those stories that sports radio in Philadelphia ignited. I don't think anybody watched the Eagles and thought, you know what, they've got Band-Aids everywhere defensively. I think they have drafted it so well. Between the Rams and the Eagles, they're just not missing on defensive draft picks. Like, they just keep hitting on all of them. They're all exceptional. So, and I think that's such a key to this league, because I think the really good teams in this league stay young and nimble on defense and cheap and spend their money on offense. So, I mean, what's scary about Philadelphia, this is not an old team that's falling apart. Jalen Carter, Dean, the 2 corners, they're not even getting paid yet. So that's going to give. I saw a story today where Myles Garrett and the Eagles, it might happen.
Why not?
So the scary part about Philadelphia is that they have hit on so many good defensive players, they can keep paying Saquon, AJ, Goddard, Hurts.